I would request all of you to not leave because we have some more sessions that are lined up for you and a very special performance as well. So we'll request you to take your seats. Let's get straight to our next session. Before that, we'd also like to thank our partners once again, CKP Memorial Session Partner Deloitte, Investment Partners, Indian Angel Network, and Ivy Cap Ventures. It is now time to welcome our friends from TiE Toronto to share some very, very exciting opportunities. Expanding your startup's horizon to Canada with TiE Toronto, powered by TiE Toronto and Startup Steroid. I would like to invite on stage very special guests, Upasana Sharma, Vice President, TiE Toronto, and Ashish Sabu, co-founder and CEO, Startup Steroid. Welcome on stage. Floor is yours.
A very, very good evening to some of the nicest people in Delhi from a bit colder Toronto. Before we start our presentation, I want to make two disclaimers. First, Ashish has traveled 23 hours from SoCal. I have traveled 16 hours from Toronto just to come here and speak with all of you. We are smart people though. When Gitika said, when do you want to present? We said, we want to host the cocktails and we want to present before the cocktails. And while I was discussing the contract with her, I put a condition in. Everyone who will stay for our session will get extra drinks, maybe some special cocktails, and those who are going to leave the session, your cocktails and drinks are iffy. So all the visionary and trailblazers standing at the back, not sure you want to sit for it. If you like drinks, I would ask you to please come and join us. My second disclaimer is, I'm sure none of you control what Prime Minister says in your country. Similarly, I don't control what Trudeau says. So I'm not going to make any comment on that, and please don't ask me questions about that. If that all is okay, let me just tell you, I am Upasana Sharma, Vice President, TiE Toronto. I'm a Canadian who comes from a country where everyone in our country, be it public sector, private sector, clearly knows that immigrant entrepreneurs bring us what we call as investment, spur innovation, create jobs for Canadians, and that's how we grow. So we, the country of 40 million, which is kind of less than if you put Delhi and Mumbai together, truly believe in bringing immigrant entrepreneurs and helping them succeed. Can I have access to my presentation, please? I think so I was in a hurry to start as everyone was leaving. So if you have stopped, please take a seat. So in 2023, when OECD, which is the Organization of Economic Development and Cooperation, told everyone that Canada is the most attractive destination for startups and businesses, it was no surprise to us. Believe me, initially I thought they did that because Canadians are kind of the nicest people on the face of the earth. We are always polite, we are always welcoming, but that was not the only reason. They looked at some very, very hardcore facts when they said to entrepreneurs that if you want to launch your business in Canada, then this is the destination. Some of those factors are access to capital, access to talent, and how the government is supporting innovation. I'm going to touch very quickly about some of those factors. The very first factor is global market access. We are smart people. We know we are 40 million. We are a small market. So for us to survive and the entrepreneurs in our country to survive, they need access to global markets. So Canadian government has actually signed free trade agreements with around 55 countries around the world. So if you are a Canadian company, you have access to those markets absolutely seamlessly. Second thing, which is very important for us, is our location. Again, we know we are a smaller market, but what we have is a wide, very safe, open border with our big brother called US. And as we know that a very handsome man with the golden red hair might come back to power down south, our position becomes stronger because we will continue to be welcoming. NAFTA 2.0 helps Canadian companies to have massive access in the US market, which other than us, only Mexicans have. So if this is the business that you have, which needs to be launched into the US market, nearshoring into the Canadian market is what we do, and we have made it seamless because it does get us benefits. Another reason is it's very easy to do business in Canada. We have a colonial hangover just like you guys. We speak the same language called English. We have the common law system, so it's not very difficult to figure out how to work. Plus, if US is the market you're looking for, it's the same time zone you are in, and it's easy to work in that market. If you're still not convinced that Canada is the country for you, let me just spend a little bit of numbers here. Again, we are just a country of 40 million people. We are not a billion. In spite of that, in 2023, we saw over 8.9 billion being invested by venture capitalists in the startups or the businesses in the Canadian ecosystem. Again, our spur for innovation by the government is so great that we have something called as STRED credits. What does it mean? Every penny that you spend in Canada in R&D, in developing your product, government gives you that money back. I thought nobody knew about it, but not to my surprise, I was in Chandigarh just before coming to TiEcon Delhi, and I got to meet some amazing visionary entrepreneurs. First person I met, and they are developing an AI solution for an IP outsourcing, and they said, you know, my entire AI for my platform is being developed in the Canadian market, and for every dollar I'm spending, after paying the consultant who helps us, I still get 80 cents back. So why will I develop somewhere else? Brilliant. Not only that, I met another person in Bangalore, and they are in a health tech startup which is focusing on myocardial infarction. His question was, again, I want my startup and my R&D to be in Canada because that's where the research is and where all the leading guidelines are coming for managing of myocardial infarction. Talking to these guys, I really thought they are making my pitch so easy. But in every city I have traveled in the last 1 week, one after another, people are giving examples to us why they think Canada is the right market for that. Again, let's go a little bit more about the city I come from, Toronto. Amazing city to live, feels like New York, but much easier to navigate. In Toronto itself, we are the world's seventh startup ecosystem, and the pace at which we are growing is faster than Silicon Valley. I did not say that, Ashish, but that's what is happening. We have over 4,100 startups, and the last year, if I'm not wrong, around $3.3 billion were invested in that startup. Most importantly, access to talent. Toronto right now has over 51% population which was born outside Canada. And these are people who represent over 155 countries. And they are not just any people. We are magnet for talent. So again, I was talking to someone, I think so, either in Hyderabad, and they are in a gaming industry. We started talking, and he said, you know what? My entire tech development platform is taking place in Toronto. It was a little bit confusing. You are sitting in a city which is the hub of IT outsourcing, and you have development happening in Toronto? His answer was, I'm developing a gaming platform, and how people use the gaming platform depends upon their background, their culture. Somebody playing in Vietnam would be very different from somebody in Colombia. It is one city. We has 20 developers, each from a different country, giving him the perspective that he wants. That's what Toronto offers. That's what we offer. So I will put a disclaimer here. Invest Canada is not paying me a penny. I wish they would. And if you think my presentation is good, I would ask you to give a recommendation to them. But it's easy to sell a country which is so amazing. So why we are here and why I am talking about Canada? There's several ways that you can enter Canada. There is one of the ways where TiE Toronto plays a significant role, and that is Canada Startup Visa Program, which I want to quickly discuss today. So This program came in 2013, and it's a massive pull for companies looking to enter Canada. The requirements are very simple. I might ask you for multiple choice questions exam after that, but it's a very simple requirement. First, if you have an innovative business which you think can grow globally, create jobs for Canadians, that's it. You can bring your startup and up to 5 co-founders with you directly into Canada on permanent residency. It's that simple. But why TiE is talking about it? Canadian government kind of knew that they don't have in-house expertise to figure out which is a good startup and which is a bad startup. So they're kind of smart. They know they have limited resources. So they went to the usual players in any startup ecosystem, which are VCs, angels, and incubators, and said, guys, you deal with Canadian startups all the time. Apply the same standards. We have companies from outside Canada applying under the system. Take them through the process of due diligence that you will do with any standard Canadian company. And if you think this company fulfills the requirement of startup visa, issue them a document called letter of support and give us a commitment certificate that why this company should move to Canada. TiE Toronto has been delegated that authority by the Canadian government that we can do due diligence on companies coming from outside Canada, issue them a letter of support, and qualify them to enter Canada. Kudos to the TiE Global Network. They know how we attract good entrepreneurs. So pat on yourself that you're here today. That's one of the reasons that TiE Toronto can enable and facilitate your entry into the Canadian ecosystem. So, if you need to know more details about how we qualify, we can talk about it tomorrow. Me and Ashish are going to be here. We have a very standard 4-step process, which we can actually wrap up in less than 4 weeks to qualify you for the Canadian market. And when you are in Canada, this is what we offer. First, our incubation program is in collaboration with OCI, Ontario Centre for Innovation, which is like TiE in Hyderabad, or the biggest innovation center in Canada. Along with that, we have tied up with platforms like Startup Steroid, and the massive access they give you, that's what Ashish is going to talk to you about. Other than that, as TiE has a TiE, Delhi has a massive network, or any other TiE chapter has, TiE Toronto has a massive network of leaders who can help you to enter the Canadian market. Without any delay, Ashish.
Thank you, Upasana. So it's an honor and privilege to share the stage with Upasana on International Women's Day, and a round of applause for all the women in the room here today. Fantastic turnout. And thank you, TiE Delhi and TiEcon, for giving us this platform. So a little bit about Startup Steroid. It's a platform which is redefining the deal flow management, investor engagement, and deal syndication. Currently, angel investment process is pretty broken with various multitudes of tools. You have Dropboxes, you have emails, you have LinkedIn reached in, and things are just not the way things should be. As investors, we are investing in high tech, deep tech, but we are still using tools of 19th century to actually make the deals. Startup Steroid comes and solves that problems for you. Right from a white label deal sourcing platform to customized startup screening, to multi-channel communication with your founders, pitching, rating, getting audience involvement, creating a secure data room, getting analytics about the deal. Once you are ready to invest, creating a special purpose vehicle or managing a fund on the platform, Startup Steroid does it all. And not only that, you are able to track your portfolio and get quarterly updates right from the platform. So that's the only platform right now in the world which has integrated end-to-end deal flow management. It can be white labeled. A lot of TiE chapters in North America are already using it. We have over 2,000 investors on platform, and it's rapidly growing. It's also great for the startups in the room to be able to come and just create a profile on a platform which is totally free. And with that, they are able to just use a unique link to share it with any investors worldwide. You don't have to create pitch deck twice, send emails, and try and track if somebody has really opened it or not. The platform does it all at no cost, really, for the founders. The Demo Day platform is another extension where we just saw the pitches right here, the tie the knot rapid round. What our app enables you to do is all the audience in the room would be able to just scan a QR code and be able to participate and provide feedback, provide their interest level and things like that. So that's a very important piece which is generally missing in a lot of demo days and pitch days, which we are able to address. Finally, the deal syndication on SPV Hub. A lot of times the investors want to invest small amounts, but they are not able to do it because the founders won't take a small check. The SPV part solves that problem. Special purpose vehicle, it's not a fund, it's just a special purpose vehicle. 10 or 15 investors come together. We create the SPV for them. We do all the legal accounting, all the compliance work, and the investors are able to track their portfolio again through our smartphone app. Again, the only platform which has a native smartphone app both on Android and on iPhone. Deal flow is in your pocket. You can, in 5 minutes, literally look at a deal, sign the documents, wire the money, and be a part of the cap table of the startup you want to invest in, and then track the portfolio, also event calendar, and a lot more. With that, I would like to thank you all for listening. Thank you, Upasana, for joining me here. And thank you, TiE Delhi, for giving us this opportunity. We won't hold you back from your drinks. So after a small presentation, I think, we are off to cocktails. We'll be here for next full day. So please come and ask us any questions, any queries you might have. Thank you, and have a great evening, great night.
Thank you to both of you. A very unique way of holding audience and the pitch. But I'll request you to stay on with us. A small token of appreciation that we would like to offer to our guests. I would request Geetika to offer that token of appreciation, please. Thank you so much. And now it's time for me to hand over the proceedings to Geetika. We started the day by saying that the theme of this year's session, these proceedings, is the New Bharat. So how can you really celebrate the New Bharat? I would like to hand it over now to Geetika Dayal, Executive Director, TiE Delhi-NCR.
Thank you, Ridhima. You've been just awesome through the day. We've come to a very special part which is really close to my heart. I had a recent visit to Puri and went to Odisha, Bhubaneswar, and I got a chance to witness something that really affected me deeply. This is going to be a classical rendition of the Gotipua dance. Gotipuas are typically boys of tender age who dress up as girls and perform devotional songs, Vaishnav love songs of Radha Krishna. All the Odissi gurus that you see today have somewhere or the other started their journey with this. Most of the eminent gurus have gone through it. It was earlier performed throughout the night on festivals and special occasions. It's a privilege to commission the Gotipua dance on festivals to celebrate. What better way to showcase this beautiful art form and preserve the tradition as well as celebrate it on the occasion of International Women's Day as a tribute to all the women here. A special thanks to the Dasabhuj Gotipua Odissi Nritya Parishad for performing today. I would request all of you to openly and generously contribute and support this Gurukul, which is doing this noble cause throughout the year to support young children. They have joined us from the heritage village of Raghurajpur, Puri in Orissa. I would like to thank Balram Prusti, who is the artist of the beautiful Patchitra paintings, which you will see displayed in Darbar Hall as well. You must visit that also. Our gratitude to Bhattakrishnan Das, who's the group leader, for nurturing this talent. And a special welcome and thank you to the dancers, Jyoti Ranjan Das, Laba Marandi, and Kusa Marandi. My deepest gratitude to them, and please enjoy.
पंचदेव नमस्तुते पंचदेव नमस्तुते पंचदेव नमस्तुते takata ham ta 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 ham te ta kad takata ham ta ha ta takata ham ta ha ta ta ham thei takad takata ham ta ha ta ta ham thei takad takata ham ta ha ta ta कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता ता हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम ता 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 हम थई ता कड़ तक ता हम